And joining us live now on NDTV, first and exclusive as part of our rolling coverage, is the Israeli ambassador to India, Ambassador Reuven Azar. Good morning, Ambassador. Thanks for being here on NDTV. My first question to you is, we've just heard and been reporting that Iranian missiles have hit different parts of Israel. There's a high alert across Israel at this point of time. The first retaliatory response from Iran after the US bombing earlier today. Your first words on that?
Well, Israel is indeed attacked. We had a barrage of more than 25 ballistic missiles. Israelis are in shelters. We are hearing reports about several hits, despite the fact that the most missiles have been foiled. There happens to be some injured people, so we are bracing and we are basically ready for this attack. It was expected. Israelis were directed to stay in shelters. We knew that this attack may come, and the government will have to decide what to do about it, how to retaliate and when to retaliate.
Ambassador, how do you see this situation unfolding? I'd like to first ask you about the United States bombing of those nuclear sites in Iran. We've heard from your Prime Minister in Israel as well. Your reading, your understanding of these strikes by the United States?
I think that the leadership of the President Trump has proven to be amazing. The President of the United States took an historic and bold move. The decision to attack the nuclear facilities, I think, is the right decision. It is a decision that not only defends Israel, it defends the region, it defends the world, and it saves us from nuclear catastrophe that was planned by this malign regime. So it started with an Israeli strike against those installations and against the second existential threat that was the ballistic missile threat. As a result of that, the barrages of missiles from Iran have decreased substantially. But now this American action is basically sending a message to Iran that if they continue with their aggression, the price for the regime will be huge. And it remains to see whether the Iranians decide to retaliate against the American targets. I hope they don't. I think that it's very important to keep this conflict as narrow as possible. I think the Iranians now should come back to the table, should negotiate the dismantling of their military nuclear program and the dismantling of their missile ballistic program.
Ambassador Azar, my third question to you is, the Iranian government leadership has put the United States on notice. They've said no U.S. city, no U.S. citizen is safe. How do you interpret that threat? There are a large number of U.S. bases and military units spread across West Asia. Do you think Iranian attack on some of those facilities is a possibility as well now?
Well, thankfully, Shiv, Israel has decimated and degraded substantially the Iranian capability to retaliate because their stockpile of ballistic missiles has dwindled because of the fact that we have taken all their air defenses and their capability to continue their aggression against the region has diminished. If you take into account that there is a huge American amassing of force in the region, I think it would be absolutely irresponsible, not only for the region, but also for Iran's and the Iranian people's interest, if the Iranians continue this aggression.
I know you can't go into specifics, Ambassador Azar, but I will still like to ask on the U.S. bombing, unprecedented bombing of 3 nuclear sites in Iran. It comes after, a wave of punitive attacks by Israel inside Iran. But during these particular strikes this morning by the United States, what role, if any, did Israel play and the Israel military, sir?
As you've seen, Shiv, Israel in this Operation Rising Lion, has taken massive, action against all the nuclear installations of Iran. The Iranian military nuclear program was spread around more than 70 locations, and we systematically pounded these locations in the course of the last 10 days. There were some locations, like the facility in Fordo, that is deeply underground, which the United States have capabilities to strike it more effectively, that's what they decided to do. So you are seeing a massive Israeli operation with a complementary action by the United States to neutralize this existential threat for Israel and this terrible threat for the rest of the world. It has been, I think, a very effective action that was taken after decades of trying to convince the Iranians to avoid from this course of action. But unfortunately, they didn't take us seriously. I hope that the day comes in which they take us seriously and they understand that in the interest of the country and for the future of their government, they have to change policy and stop their campaign of aggression towards Israel, their attempt to create a hegemony in the region, and to pursue more peaceful policies.
Just two more questions, Ambassador, before we let you go. One, do you see the possibility of more strikes on Iran by either Israel or the United States? There's also the question of the Iranian leadership, the Khamenei and others, that many experts believe to be unfinished business as far as Rising Lion is concerned.
Well, Shiv, as much as we didn't agree to allow Iran to develop this double plan to exterminate us, we continue to be determined to defend ourselves. And if the regime doesn't understand the message and thinks that they can continue pursuing this, so probably our cabinet will have to make decisions to do more than just targeting the direct threats against us, and we'll have to take more action to hit the military infrastructure of Iran as a whole. As you know, Iran has many military targets that weren't hit yet. Their army, their navy, many other capabilities, installations. So there is a lot for Israel to continue hitting if Iran continues to attack us.
My final question, Ambassador, is India is, of course, watching everything playing out very closely, specifically on the evacuations of Indians from land borders in Israel. Can you give us an update on that? I know specifics are evolving right now, but whatever you can share with us, because there is concern about their safety as well.
Well, we are, of course, are taking care of all the residents in our region, including the Indian nationals. We are in coordination with MEA. There have been initial efforts to evacuate those Indians that want to leave through the Jordanian border. And we will continue this coordination in order to make sure that no Indian citizens become under threat.
Ambassador Reuven Azar, thanks very much for speaking to NDTV. Thank you.
Thank you, Shiv.